TGIF, everybody. Thank God it's Friday. Exactly 5 weeks out from the IFBB North American Championships. Just doing my quick weekly update here. Kind of give you an idea of what's going on with my prep and everything, how everything's going, and some other things that are going on in my life. Kind of keep everybody updated. First and foremost, prep is going very well. Second full week of prep, locking down the diet and everything. As I mentioned in the previous video, I doing some changes in terms of carbohydrates, calories, and the way I'm going to be gradually bringing down my calories and carbohydrates as we get close to the show. I usually incorporate keto into my prep, but I'm going to try something a little different this time. Being, I think my body is kind of adapted to doing the ketosis, and kind of stalled some of my progress in terms of my conditioning. So I'm actually going to be keeping carbs in the entire prep right up to peak week. When I do my depletion, that's the only time I'm going to cut out carbs. And my hope is that my body will react better to the depletion. Whereas, when I do ketosis throughout the prep, my body gets used to having no carbs, and that effect of the depletion doesn't really take effect like it should during peak week. So a little experimentation, and I'm really have to monitor my body, my conditioning as I'm getting close to the show. As of right now, in terms of training, like I said, kind of went back to my old school, heavier kind of powerlifting / bodybuilding hypertrophy type hybrid training. So that's what got me successful in the first place, and I lost a lot of strength over the last couple preps just because I wasn't doing the heavier weights like I'm used to. So far, my body is handling okay. My joints feel fine. I don't feel any injuries. I'm just gonna have to make sure I kind of keep an eye on it. I don't want to have any more injuries. Had, like I said, torn rotator cuffs, both rotator cuffs, back issues, sciatica, a lot of different things. And I don't want to deal with that, leading up to the show. I don't want to feel like crap. It's bad enough the diet makes you feel like crap. I don't have my body falling apart as I'm getting ready. So, kind of talk about diet real quick. I also want to talk about some of the supplements that I'm using. I don't really use a lot of supplements, but I rep for Luchique Nutrition, who's a great company. And I've been using some of their pre-workout stuff, such as Speed X3 and Pump X3. The Pump X3 is a phenomenal product that helps you get that nice vascular pump when you're working out. But then the Speed X3 gives you that focus and energy. Matter of fact, I'm a stimulant junkie. I love stimulants. I love flying through my workouts and getting that really awesome energy burst that you get from the pre-workouts. But as you know, your body kind of adapts to get used to them. With the Speed X3, I can only take a half dose. Otherwise, I'm cracked out. It's too much for me, which is crazy because I've used pretty much every pre-workout that's on the market, and some of them work better than others. The Speed X3, man, it just crazy. It makes me go nuts. So I kind of have to take a half dose. Otherwise, it kind of disrupts. Once I finish the gym, I'm still flying after I get out of there, which I don't like. I like to be able to relax when I get out of the gym. So. I'm actually still using, I typically don't use any type of whey protein powder or shakes. I actually have kept them in. I'll probably cut them out about 2 weeks out. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe usually I don't use them all within 6 weeks of my show, just because the whole bloat factor, I notice my body will get a little bloated. But I've been just using them post-workout for the extra protein and stuff like that. Plus, it kind of helps me keep on diet, I've noticed. Having a little bit of chocolate, whey protein powder has been helping me. And then I also have the rice cakes and the peanut butter and the jelly, which is, again, just post-workout, and that's going to be cut out in a week. So tell myself I got to get that in and enjoy it now, because Buttercup, it's going to be out of there, you know what I mean, pretty soon. Great news, I actually have a photo shoot scheduled with Eric Battershell. Great guy, does some phenomenal physique, bodybuilding, fitness-related photography. So I'll be shooting with him on Saturday, August 31st, the day after the show, and hopefully I'll be a pro that day. I'm hoping, but kind of focusing on the show itself. I'm going into this with no expectations, like I did last year. After the disappointment with Team Universe, I don't want to set myself up for failure and that huge disappointment and anger, frustration, you name it, that I felt. So I'm just going to go on the show with no expectations. I'm going to bring my best that I can possibly bring, and hopefully that'll be enough for the judges to take notice, and hopefully I'll get rewarded for it. And if that happens, I'll be the happiest guy in the world. If it doesn't, just to go back to the drawing board and keep working hard and keep pushing through. I actually submitted my photos finally 2 days ago to the NPC Judges Northeast, and actually surprisingly got a response real quick. Usually it takes about a week or so, but they responded I think in 2 days, 1 day, and the feedback was pretty much positive. They said my stage presence was great, posing was great, or not great, it was good, it was solid, but and this I knew this, my midsection was not as detailed as it should have been, thanks to my screw up in the last 12 hours, and and just basically trying to present myself as wide as possible up top. I have wide shoulders and I have a small waist, and I gotta accentuate that on stage. That's what they're looking for, is that V-taper. So I'll definitely be practicing posing to get that nailed down, so when I get up there, I'm just gonna look like this, straight down. Last thing, let's see. Well, I pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. Just want to let you guys know that I got 5 weeks. I'm going to be probably doing updates every week or so with videos, and working with Rip the Shreds, taking on new clients. So if anybody's looking for diet, online coaching, dieting, training, any type of consultation dealing with physique, fitness, bodybuilding, whatever it might be, check out my page, and would love to work with you guys. If you guys are looking to get in shape, or just for an event or for a contest, whatever it might be, definitely hit me up and let's discuss. Maybe we can work together. 5 weeks to go. I'm hitting double sessions right now. I train at 4:30 right after I leave work. Weight training, immediately followed by some cardio, depending on how much time I have, and then whatever cardio I don't get done right after I train at 4:30, I try to shoot for about 45 minutes to an hour total between 2 sessions. Usually it's high intensity interval training, or high intensity steady state, which is on the elliptical, which is pretty brutal. But I get done. I'm soaking through like 3 or 4 layers of clothing per workout. So I'm going through a lot of laundry. My poor wife's been doing a lot of laundry, and that's good though, because obviously I'm shredding that fat and getting into shape. About 205 pounds right now. Was up to about 210 last night after all my meals were me and all my water. Oh, that reminds me, one last thing. I started utilizing teas, like iced tea, but brewing my own tea. I love the Arizona iced green tea, the diet green tea. It's really, really good, antioxidant, stuff like that. Lots of good things in green tea. But there's this stuff called yogi tea that I was reading online. And there's detox, there's green tea, there's mint, there's all different types of things. Dandelion, obviously, which is good for diuretics, it's a flush water. So you mix all these together, you brew it together, put a little bit of stevia in it to sweeten it up, and then I put it into the refrigerator with ice. I bring it to work, and I love it. The stuff tastes great. There's no carbohydrates in it. I don't think there's any calories in it, and it tastes great. It's great for you. Lots of antioxidants, like I said. Helps with flushing the water and detoxification, all that type of stuff. It's great. So that's one of the other things I've been adding into my prep, and so far so good. It seems to help me get energy, which I definitely need these days, seeing I'm only getting about 5 hours of sleep. My poor little Sophia, my daughter, she was sick with double ear infections. So on top of me barely getting 5 hours of sleep, she was up. Sleeping patterns all messed up and everything. She was miserable. It broke my heart to see her feel like that. But she's feeling better now, thankfully. And so anyway, kind of going off a tangent, but that's where I'm at right now. 5 weeks ago. Thanks again, guys, for all the support and checking in. And like I said, questions, comments, anything, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, and we'll check it in probably about a week from today, next Friday. All right, guys, take care.